That book is one of those books that takes 30 years to think about and then a year to begin to experiment with. Overall, we probably spent 4 years testing the nature of the experience. It's not just a book with how-to, there are many of those in the market. It's the book that takes you beneath that to the why so.
So it's clear from the beginning that Dr. McLaughlin wanted more than just a book. He wanted to create an experience. And so when you receive the book, from the leather, from the way the pages felt, from the way the pages were cut, from the color of the ink, from the sketches, all of that was meant to not just be a book where you received information, but actually be an experience that kind of, pulled you into it, caused you to slow down and really experience the value that was in the book.
You're supposed to sit in a hammock and think about it while you're on vacation. Carry it on an airplane and relax. It's not a book that you read in a quick hurry to find 21 ways to do X. So we invested heavily in the way the book feels, smells, the way it looks, to make you enjoy holding it in your hand. You can't do that with a classic approach.
So many people say you can't judge a book by the cover, but well, this book we feel you can because of the interior. It's so beautifully written, and it's a message that is so dear to the author's heart. But the greatest thing is that I'm able to keep up with the vision of Mech Labs, and they have high standards in what they do as a company, and I feel this book reflects that. From start to finish, everything is done by hand. You have two parts to a book. You have the cover, and then you have the interior, or the pages, which is called a text block. So the leather itself, rolled them out, cut them into the different rectangles, and then we bring them to our hot stamping machine, and we have a die made for the front of the cover and then for the spine. The front of the cover we stamp in a black foil, and the spine is made in a gold foil. And then we take the interior, the text block, and we hand bind those. And because they're just individual sheets of paper, we have to take a hacksaw and make a notch in the binding edge of the book and use some linen thread and hand sew in the cords. We put the ribbon in the head and the tail bands, and we allow that to dry, and we bind the books. This ensures that it's not going to fall apart and it's going to last forever. Then the final step is to take end sheets and glue them together, and then we put them under a book press for a couple hours. Then we keep them under pressure for the next 24 to 48 hours so they dry flat, and then we wrap them and get them back to Mech Labs. Not only is it beautiful and unique, but it's going to last forever. It's going to be something that's going to be able to be even passed on to somebody else, or it's going to remain on your shelf for the rest of your life.
We didn't want to follow the typical model for books. We wanted to create something that stood out, that when you received it, it was like, wow, this is more than a book. You can not only kind of read what the principles are, but you actually visually see them. It almost has a Da Vinci-esque style to it. We've actually put in a lot of space for the reader to take their own notes. We want this to be a springboard into their own world, and so reading, reflecting, and then writing, taking notes on what you're learning. When the book finally was finished, it was something we felt really proud about. It wasn't like something you'd find on a standard bookshelf. It was something unique. It was almost like a piece of art.
I don't think any author is totally satisfied with their book. I think wiser men than me have said a book is never done, you just run out of time. But I do think we spent as much time as we possibly could. I don't care how many people read it, if the right people read it and have the right experience. And we want to inspire not just marketers, but leaders to think deeply, to reflect, to power their how with the why.